I want to talk to my kings for a minute. By kings, I mean the men. Fellas, I want to talk to y'all for a minute. I want to talk about anxiety. I want to talk about self-worth. I want to talk about mental health, all in regards to us. Now, I'm going to do two parts of this because I'm not leaving anybody out. I'm going to do one for my kings and I'm going to do one for my queens. I'm going to do one for the men and I'm going to do one for the women. But fellas, we need to talk. I want to talk to y'all for a minute. I had some really interesting conversations recently about self-worth and anxiety, and it really, with just a few friends of mine, and it really took me back to my own personal experiences with understanding my self-worth and understanding how self-worth and anxiety, they go hand in hand. Once you understand how so many of your problems and your solutions actually go hand in hand, they really do. Because once again, it always starts from within. Every one of your problems, they start from within. They start here and here. Especially when it comes to mental health issues, when it comes to things that you might bottle up, things that you're feeling deep inside, they always start in here. And there's always something that triggers that. And once that issue is triggered, once that problem is triggered, it's very hard to untrigger it. It's very hard to really untether that from your mental psyche and understand that this is just a feeling. It goes back to what I talked about a while ago with acknowledging your emotions. You have to acknowledge your emotions. For the longest time, I suffered from a bad case of anxiety. Horribly. There would be times where I would go places and it wouldn't even just be with strangers. It would be with friends, family, and I would get this itching sensation. My hands would start getting clammy. I would start sweating. My heart would start, just beating out of my chest. And it got to the point where I was afraid. I was damn near afraid to leave the house. I was afraid to go anywhere. I was afraid to go near my friends, to my family. I was afraid to talk to women. I was just terrified. And for the longest time, I would mask it with alcohol. I would mask it with, marijuana, with weed. I would smoke and I would drink before I would go anywhere because I felt that was the only shield that I had to really protect me from the issues that was deep inside. And once I really started looking at it and I started looking at myself through other people's eyes, people that cared about me, I really started to understand this is not what I need. I don't need to drink to have a good time. I don't need to smoke just to be comfortable around people that love me, people that know me, people that I've known for years. And I've talked to people that have these same issues, that are going through the same thing. You really understand once you start talking to people that have gone through the stuff that you went through, and now knowing the knowledge that you have, and you can pass that knowledge on to a friend, on to a person that you might have just met, or a total stranger that is going through something similar to what you went through. Understand, fellas, that this is a great feeling. It's a good feeling. It's a confidence booster because you can teach them, or at least advise them, because you're not going to fix them. Obviously, nobody's going to fix them but them. Just like no one was able to fix you but you. Now the tables have turned. You are now seeing somebody else from the perspective that you used to see yourself. And you passing that knowledge on. Because you understand, those that have healed from anxiety, those who have overcome it, you finally understand your self-worth. Because understanding your self-worth, a big part of that is understanding this. Everybody is going through something. If you having these feelings of anxiety, guess what? There are other people, there are thousands upon billions of people out there that are going through the same shit that you are going through. They got them same feelings. It's just anxiety hits us differently. Some of us have, we all have our nervous tics. Some of us may click our teeth. Some of us may snap our fingers. Some of us may start sweating. Some of us may start stuttering. You're nervous, and it's okay to be nervous. It's okay to have butterflies in your stomach sometimes. But don't let this anxiety, don't let this overwhelming feeling, always remember, it's going to pass. That was one of the first lessons I learned is it's going to pass. Whatever you're going through is going to pass. It goes back to 24 hours in a day. You're not going to have anxiety for 24 hours. It's just not going to happen. 24 straight hours, it's not going to happen. It may come and go, but once you understand, like, oh, it's hitting. Okay, got to ride this out. You just got to ride it out. Excuse me. It's life. That's life. That is a part of life. Such is life. You got to ride life out. If you can ride out life, why can't you ride out anxiety, man? Why can't you ride that out? Why can't you go through it and say, you know what, fuck it. If I start sweating, I start sweating. If my hands start getting clammy, if I start stuttering, whatever. But I'm not leaving this spot. My feet, I'm 10 toes down. I'm going to stay planted. And I'm going to handle mine. Whoever stare, they just going to fucking stare. Whatever. They ain't perfect. They're not better than you. Nobody's better than anybody, man. Fellas, nobody is better than anybody. When you understand that, you will truly start understanding your own self-worth. Know what you're worth. Understand what you're worth. This shit goes hand in hand. Because overcoming that anxiety, overcoming those feelings, that's going to help you understand, you know what? I'm worth more than these bad feelings. I'm worth more than letting people scare me out of a room or scare me out of a situation because of what somebody else might think. Somebody else might be thinking about you. Let them think about it. Let them talk about you. Let people talk about you. And you know there are people out there that are almost afraid to leave a room full of people because they think somebody gonna talk about them. We all have heard that saying, man. The first person to leave a room, we're gonna start talking about. Let them talk. Let them talk. I've gotten to the point where I love being the first one to leave the room because you know what? I would love to hear what people have to say about me. Please talk about me all you want, man. Because I'll tell you right now, what you see is what you get. That's the mentality that you should have. What you see is what you get. If somebody doesn't understand you, if that person doesn't understand you, guess what? You're going to run into a person eventually that does understand you. And you guys are going to click. Whether it be a friend or whether it be a woman. Whether it be a friend or girlfriend. They're gonna understand you. There's somebody out there for everybody. But in order to understand that, in order to find that, you got to understand and know your own self-worth. Don't try to put yourself in a bubble and try to be somebody just because this person's going to like you more. They like you because you're pretending to be a certain way, because you're acting a certain way around them that's different from how you act around people that care about you. The ones that care about you accept you for who you are. Kings, fellas, surround yourself with people that are going to accept you for who you are. Always do that. Find you a person. You make sure your person loves you for you. There's this saying that women, children, and dogs are the only ones that can get loved unconditionally. I respectfully disagree. I respectfully disagree. You can find somebody that will love you for who you are. And they will ride with you till the wheels fall off the bus. There is somebody out there for you. Trust me. But don't put yourself in no bubble just so you can impress somebody that don't appreciate you. Stop trying to impress people that don't appreciate who you are. What you have to offer. Stop putting on a mask. Take that mask off and be your fucking self. And if they walk away, let them walk away. If people look at you because you have an anxiety, let them stare. Let them stare. Go ahead, look at me. Look at me being nervous. Look at me sweating. Look at my hands clammy. Look at me as I'm stuttering. Look at me as I'm going through this phase right now. Because you know what you're looking at? You're looking at a person who's being human. And if you can't accept a person who's being human, then you can get the fuck out of my zone. Because I don't need it. Fellas, you don't need that shit. You don't need it. Simple as that. Overcome that shit because you can. I'm telling you. Now I want to speak to my queens. I want to speak to the ladies for a minute. And I'm still going to go on the topic of self-worth and anxiety. I'm not going to speak on behalf of you. I just am going to speak to you. And I'm going to say this. Anxiety and self-worth, like I said before, it goes hand in hand. But let me say this right now. Your self-worth is not defined by the validation that you get from other people. Let me say that one more time. Ladies, your self-worth is not defined, nor will it ever be defined by the validation that you get from others or the validation that you seek from others. And this is just from observation. And I'm not going to say this is a fact, but it's just something that I see. It seems to me that the validation that you are seeking is directly based off of the anxiety that you're going through. Your anxiety is different from ours, obviously. So I can't say this is a fact. This is just an observation. And if I am correct, your self-worth is not defined by the validation that you get from others. I know I sound like a broken record, but it's a fact. That is an absolute fact. Your self-worth is defined by you and you alone. If nobody's validating you, it doesn't matter. Validate yourself. Validate yourself, because when you validate yourself, you are loving yourself. And this is a big problem with everyone. It's not just y'all. It's a big issue. Love yourself. Because when you lack self-love, you have to understand that you are neglecting yourself from the true love that you can possibly get from your current person or your future person. Honestly, you're blocking yourself from it because you're not loving yourself. You're letting your anxiety and your fears of being hurt, being crushed, whatever it is, you're allowing that to block you from the things that you truly deserve in life, from the things that you truly deserve from people, whether it be your friends or the man that you're with or the man that you love. It doesn't matter. Anybody. It doesn't matter how much validation that they give you. It doesn't matter how much validation we give you. Validate yourself. Love yourself. Take 10 seconds. Look in the mirror. Take 10 seconds and just look. And take a deep breath in and out and just look at yourself for 10 seconds. And once you hit 1, once you hit 0, tell yourself, I love me. Just say it. Whether it be out loud or in your head. Tell yourself, I love me. It does not matter who else loves me. It does not matter. I love me. And I'm willing to accept the love that other great people have to give me. Because I've said it before and I will say it again. If you can't love yourself, then you are going to miss out on so much love that other amazing people have to give you. Y'all are amazing. You have to see it. We see it. We see it all the time. That's why you hear so many men it's not so much they're trying to validate their woman. they're trying to get their woman to validate themselves. We're not sweet talking just to sweet talk. I don't sweet talk just to sweet talk. I truth talk. I know that's not a word. It's not even a fucking compound word. But I truth talk. I real talk people. Whatever you are going through, I real talk you. I talk for real. What you see is what you get. What you hear is what you get. All that validation that you're seeking is not going to make you feel any better. You have to make your day better. You have to make yourself feel better. You have to love yourself. Whatever you are doing, whatever decisions you make, whatever lifestyle that you choose, you do it with a clear conscience because you want to do that. You want to get in shape? Get in shape. You want to put on your makeup, get dolled up and look beautiful? Do it for you. Do that for you. My mother used to tell me that she would get dressed from head to toe. My mom would get dressed, she'd be suit to boot, and she would go out and she would walk into a place like she owned it. Not because she's looking for a man. She wasn't looking for a man. Because it made her feel good. Because ironically, these are things that her father, her father taught her. Walk into a room like you own the place. You're not a barfly. Right now, you are just a woman who is proud to be beautiful, who sees herself as beautiful. You ain't looking for nothing. You're not looking for no validation. You just looking to do you. And whatever energy comes around, it better be positive, because if it's not positive, it can get the fuck out. Now, the moral of all this is we are different, but we're the same in a lot of ways. Your self-worth is not defined by validation. It's not defined by outside validation. It is defined by self-validation. You notice the first part of self-worth is the word self. You. You define who you are. You define how good you are. You define your own identity. Nobody else can call you out your name because you know who you are. So the moral of all this is, fellas, ladies, understand. All of your anxieties, all your fears, they're not roadblocks. They're things to overcome. Whatever trauma that you've been through in your life, overcome it. And understand that it's not defining you. That doesn't define you. You define who you are. Where you're going. You know the direction that you're going. Every one of us, man, woman, everyone, we are on a road. We are on one road. We're on the same road. We just have different exits. Every one of us has a different exit. Eventually, she's going to get off on her exit. He's going to get off his exit. You're going to get off your exit. I'm going to get off mine. 99.9% of us are not on the same exit. And that's okay. That's not a bad thing. They made a whole song, Life is a Highway. Our life is a road. We are on a highway. Our exits are different. And that's okay. Stop trying to get off on somebody else's exit. Stop trying to live somebody else's life. Live your own. When you live your own life and you don't care what anybody else says or what anybody else thinks, guess what? That's the first step to overcoming anxiety. That's the first step to overcoming fear of other people's validation, fear of other people's thoughts, fear of other people's opinions of you. That's how you overcome that shit. And you can overcome that shit, and you will overcome that shit. You got to overcome it because you ain't got no choice. If you don't overcome it, then guess what? The mask that you wear, you're going to get lost in it. You're going to get lost in this fake identity. I've seen so many good men, so many good women get lost in a fake identity. And they let that define them rather than having an identity of their own. We need to start getting our own identity. Once we understand and embrace our own identity, embrace ourselves, we can start loving each other unconditionally. Instead of just, he needs to love me unconditionally, she needs to love me. No, let's love each other unconditionally. Because when you do that, we can love each other for who we are. Love him for who he is. Love her for who she is. That's the way the world should be. That's the way you should be. Folks, if you have reached the end of this video, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. This is just something that's been on my mind for a while. I just had a conversation with a friend at work about, anxiety and self-worth and stuff like that. But yeah, it kind of just motivated me to get on here and just kind of just shoot the breeze and spread what I always spread, kind words. They don't necessarily have to be wise words in your eyes, but hopefully they're kind words. And if you've reached the end of this video, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in. Also, if you are new to my channel, do not be a stranger. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share. And in case nobody else tells you, I'll tell you. I love you, and I'm proud of you. Keep it up.